Okay, it looks like we are live. Let me just confirm. Give me a moment. Are we actually live or are we not? Let me see. Okay, so it looks like we are live. We have a really big delay on YouTube, so that's why it took so long to confirm. But I think everything works fine. It's my first stream on YouTube, so I hope that I set everything up properly. I hope you can see me well. I hope you can hear me well, and if you don't, well then that's just how it goes with first streams. Okay, so for today, I'm going to be painting those clone miniatures, those 3D printed clone miniatures. They are 3D printed for a scale that fits a wargaming game, tabletop game, that's called Star Wars Legion. I personally don't play Star Wars Legion or any other wargaming tabletop game at the moment. I used to collect and play Lord of the Rings strategy battle game that now I think it's called Middle Earth battle game or something like that. I used to collect and play it before the release of the Hobbit movies, so then it was just Lord of the Rings. But I've been a pretty big fan of the Star Wars franchise for a very long time, so I enjoy collecting and collecting things from Star Wars, making Star Wars projects, and with the Star Wars fighter I'm working on, the Z95 Headhunter from Jedi Academy, which I'm modeling and will be printing at 1/38 scale. I decided to also do some miniatures to go along with it. I started with Clone Troopers, so it doesn't really fit the same time period, since the Z95 was actually developed around the Clone Wars and partook in the Clone Wars. But the version I'm modeling is from Jedi Academy, which takes place I think 10 years after the Return of the Jedi, so it's not really the same period, but I decided to start with the clones, and then I will be making some more miniatures for the Separatist army and for the later period of Empire and New Jedi Order. These miniatures weren't modeled by me, weren't made by me. I actually found them on the internet. Let me show you. Give me a moment. Okay, this is where I got them from. Nyverdale Tabletop made these miniatures. They create miniatures for 3D printing, for wargaming. As you can see, they create Star Wars miniatures, they create ships, they create upgrade packs for some other sets. They also create full miniatures, from different systems. They create Star Wars miniatures, they create some fantasy miniatures, they create some terrain models. So they have a really big range of different models from different franchises. They share the models for free. I've got these clone troopers for free. I will link the profile as well as the Patreon in the description of this live stream. So if you like these sort of things, be sure to visit them, to give them show them some love for the work they're doing. This is where I got the clones from. I actually also didn't print them myself to achieve a nice quality of the paints. You want to paint these miniatures on SLA printers, on resin printers. I don't have a resin printer yet, so I could have print them on my FDM printer, but even with the high quality settings, you would still be able to see the lines, especially after painting, since many of the painting processes bring out small details, so the layers would be pretty visible. So I commissioned to have these miniatures printed in high quality on a resin printer. They have been cleaned after printing by me, glued and pinned to the bases and primed, so they are ready for painting. And as you can see, let me pick one of them off, maybe this one. This is actually a clone commander, not a standard trooper. Let me focus. Oh, come on, it's very bright, so it can see all the details. Or maybe like this. You can see that the quality of the model is amazing. The amount of details Nyverdale Tabletop put in these miniatures is amazing. You can see the details on the blaster. Amazing amount of work went into these miniatures, so it's really amazing that they share them for free. So again, visit the Patreon and show them some love if you want to get these miniatures. I painted one clone commander. They have a pack of standard clones that come in set of 5. There are 4 standard troopers and 1 communications officer. As you can see, all of them were phase 1 armor, so the helmets and the armor as seen in the Clone at the start of Clone Wars, in the movie Attack of the Clones and the beginning of the Clone Wars series. And to go along with them, I also 3D painted Ahsoka Tano, as seen in the 7th season of the Clone Wars series. So the latest version that we see her in the animated show. I did a little bit research about how big squads do you need for the Star Wars Legion game. The best information I could find that it varies and it depends on the kind of the units you actually use. So I weren't able to find a straight answer even for the clones, but I found that around 4 or 5 troops with commander, so around 6 tubes is around the standard size of the unit. I actually printed 2 commanders. I'm not even really sure. I assume you could use either commander or a captain or a Jedi for a unit of clones. I'm not really sure, but at the same time it doesn't really matter to me, since I don't really plan to use them in a end game. So it doesn't really matter. But as long as I'm putting a lot of work into them, I wanted to make them at least a little game appropriate and rule appropriate. So I also 3D printed, modeled and 3D printed standard 27mm bases that the Star Wars Legion miniatures use. So the bases are modeled and 3D printed by me on a standard SLA printer, and you can see here that I put a little pin, a little wire. I drilled the leg of the trooper and I inserted the wire. So in addition to being glued to the base, the mini also have a little mechanical advantage, so it's a little harder to bake the accidentally bake the miniature of the base. So let's hope that they will be secured on their bases. Okay, so I think we can start the painting. That was enough of an introduction. Just let me confirm that we are still live, that everything works. Yeah, it looks like it does. It looks like you can hear me fine. So it looks that like the stream works fine. I can see in my browser in the YouTube tab that there is a limit of 1 hour. I'm not really sure if I will be able to stream longer than 1 hour. We will see if the stream will disconnect. I hope that if I don't stream on the Instagram anymore, I won't be dealing with the 1 hour limit. But well, we will see. If the stream ends after 1 hour, I will just restart it and keep going. Okay, so for the painting today, we will be using a wet palette. I have a cup of water here. I have my brushes in a variety of sizes and shapes. And I have a ton of paints for this project. I want to start the painting with the clones, so I'm not sure if I will have enough time today to get to Ahsoka. So at first we will focus on clones, and if we have time in the end, I will do also Ahsoka. And the reason for that is since Ahsoka is a hero, she doesn't really share the painting scheme with the clones. So I will be using different colors and different shades for her. As far as the clones go, they all will have the same colors. And since I don't really have, I know it might look like it, but this is not really a big amount of paints for miniatures. I don't have very much different shades, so I will be mixing the shades to get the colors I want. So to make sure that all of the clones have the same painting scheme and look uniform, I want to do them all in one go. And when the clones are done, I can then do Ahsoka separately. So we will start actually with the clones. Maybe, let's see, which one? Maybe this one. I haven't painted any miniatures in many years, so I'm not really sure how well it will go, but I hope I can at least get a decent result of a beginner, but we'll actually see. For the painting scheme, since if you watched some Star Wars media, especially Clone Wars animated series, you can see that not only there are different legions and different units of clone troopers that have different color markings on their armor, and they are commanded by different Jedi and different captains and different commanders. They also within one unit, within one painting scheme, there's a lot of variety between different clones. They paint their armor and their helmets very uniquely between each other. So I have a lot of freedom as far as the color I choose and the way I paint them. I have a lot of freedom there, so to kind of use pretty nice and effective painting scheme, but also make sure that again, thinking ahead of to the game that I won't be playing, I also want them to be able to be used as one unit with Ahsoka. I will be painting them in a 501st Legion colors, so white armor with blue markings. There is a company that is assigned to Ahsoka in season 7 that have white armor and blue markings, and also have orange markings on the helmets. But I decided I won't be doing that, and they will be just standard 501st Legion, which also accompanied Ahsoka during previous seasons of the series. So I think it's still pretty accurate. So for the actual markings, I prepared some references. Let me open them up. User Marcus Starkiller on DeviantArt created this really nice graphic of different markings of different clones from the 501st Legion, which, if I forgot to mention, was a legion of clones commanded by the Jedi General Anakin Skywalker, and is the legion that in the Revenge of the Sith does the task of cleaning the Jedi temple. So they are your favorite killers that everybody memes about on the internet. But since Anakin Skywalker is the main character of the six entire every single of the six Star Wars movies, he's the main character, and the entire Star Wars story is about him. He's also my favorite Star Wars character. So I think that despite all the memes, and they are a pretty cool unit to choose. The artist here, the Marcus Starkiller, do a chart of markings from different name clones from the 501st. So you can see that every single one of them has a name and appears in the show or the movies. And you can see that within one unit there is a huge variation of the different markings between one another. I want to create my own way of painting them that will be pretty uniform between them, and I want to pick different markings from these clones and kind of create my own pattern. So let's switch that off for now. Okay, and I think we can start. Well, actually, let's open it back up. I also have this little reference of a, it's actually phase 2 clone. You can see it has different helmet on, but it shows me how the armor of the clone actually looks. Where should I put which color? So I will leave this open so I know where to put all the colors. It seems that it's not very difficult painting scheme. There are only three colors there, but not to make any mistake. Like I said, it's a very first miniature I've painted for a few years, and I it's also first Star Wars miniature and first clone I'm painting. So to make sure that I don't actually mess it up, let's have this reference open. So I want to keep the armor, the color I primed the miniatures. I will be putting some gray shade on it, but for the base color I want to keep the color of the primer. So let's maybe start with the dark rubber suit that peeks from under the armor. So let's start with black color. Let me pick a nice brush. Will this one be okay? Maybe a little smaller. Let's see. We don't want to go too small. And the bigger one should be okay. I have this Abaddon Black from Citadel, so I don't actually need to put it on the wet palette. I will be using it straight from the pot. And let's see. Okay, that's nice. There we go. Let me actually see if I can lock the zoom on the camera. So it's a little better for you. Let me see. Does this fix it? I think so. I think it's a little better. So yeah, so let's leave it like that. Okay, let's continue. Where do we have the also here on the upper thigh? Okay. Do we have any rubber on the boots? Peeking through? I don't think so. So we can go to the other leg. Let's see. Okay, like that. We have a little more on the thigh, on this leg. Let's maybe leave it like that. I believe they have armor on the back side. Let me actually check. Yeah, so we can leave it like that. Okay. So let's continue to the arms. Have a little bit peeking through here. Like that. The gloves are also black. I want to also cover the gun in black. I will switch to the bigger brush in a moment to not mess the tip of this one. So let's continue with the details. Okay. This glove is also done. very tiny split here. Okay. So the only thing left for this brush is the visor and the mouth. I do have white paint, so I can touch up the white armor, but it's pretty hard to cover dark shades with light ones, so it will require a lot of cover. I completely messed it up. Okay, let's leave it like that. Let's do the gun now. Maybe something in between. Maybe this one. Okay, let's see if I got it all. Yeah, I think so. So let's maybe now try to fix that face. Let's see. For the white I have Skull White from Citadel, but it's a pretty old pot that was thinned many times with water, so now it's quite runny and doesn't cover very well. But maybe we'll be able to fix that face with few coats. Let's see how it goes. Well, it actually works really nice. Didn't expect that. Wow, it actually cleaned up pretty nice. I'm really happy with it. Let me just do a few more strokes. Wow, really happy with that. Maybe let's do a little cleanup also here, since it works so well. Okay, here everything looks fine. Nice. That looks a lot better. Really happy with that. Okay. So now, before we move on to other colors, to the blue markings and to the cape, let me actually take a look one more side of the back of the helmet. Okay, so phase 2 have this black line around the helmet, but phase 1 didn't. Okay, so let's leave it like it is. We have the black, we have the white. Let's wait with the markings. Okay, so I think we can do the wash on the armor. Okay. Everything looks fine here. The counter on the live stream increased from 1 hour to 1 hour 30. So maybe I won't actually have to reset the stream after all. We'll actually see how it goes. I know you can stream longer than 1 hour on YouTube, but I'm not sure if there aren't some restrictions that a small account like me have in that area. So we'll actually have to test it and see how it goes. Okay, so let's move to the wash. I don't have any actual washes. All I have is this Pacta paint, acrylic paint, light gray. It's actually a really nice color. I really like it, and I will try to dilute it so I can use it as a wash. Okay, so let's see how it goes. Will it work well? Will it be a complete disaster? Let's see. Let's take a bigger brush. Make sure it's clean. Okay. I want to put some water on the brush. I want to take some paint, and I want to take even more water. And now let's see if I put it in some cracks. Does it flow well? Does it fill the gaps? Let's see how it behaves. Even more water. The best way to do this would be to actually dilute it with some paint medium, so like a solvent for acrylic paints, but I don't have any, and if I don't have to, I don't want to buy it. If I can do the same thing with water, or at least good enough, then I'll be happy. And it looks quite nice. You can't really see that well on camera, but well, you actually can. The forward foot is a little bit shaded as opposed to the back foot, so it actually filled quite nicely. Pretty happy with that. Okay, so we can continue. Let's do the other leg. The wash actually might brighten a little the black rubber parts we did. I'm wondering if we should have done the wash first. but it might actually work in our favor to do some highlights on the black rubber. We'll see how it looks. If the paint accumulates anywhere on the armor where I don't want it, if I'm quick enough, I can still make it flow with water. So I actually have pretty big amount of control here. I'm pulling it off from where I don't want it. So it actually turned out pretty nicely. I don't know how well you can see it. There is a very subtle shadow on the legs. You can see it a little better on the belt here. So it's still white armor. It's not gray now, but I have some more definition on these parts. Actually, the light gray doesn't go well with the black. I need to clean it off. I planned to mix a very dark shade of gray by mixing the gray I have with black and doing some highlights on the black rubber parts, but the slits are so small that I won't be able to anyway, so I will be skipping that since it's not actually necessary. Okay, so let's now do the upper armor. Let's do the hands. Oh, I missed part of the gun. I left it white because I thought it's the palm cover, but it will be actually pretty easy to come back and fix in a moment. Okay, let's give it a moment to dry, and in the meantime let's do the helmet. Oh, look at all those details that popped up. That's really nice. Look at that. I'll give it a moment to dry a little in the cases, and then I will clean off the highlights and the black part. Okay, I think we can clean off the arms now. Okay. A good model actually makes a lot of difference while you paint, because if the details are already on the model, the painting actually just needs to bring them out, make them visible. And if they weren't there, it's actually a lot harder to achieve the same level of detail with only painting. For processes like dry brushing, which picks up the higher details, and the washing that brings out the creases, it's at this scale almost impossible to get the same results without those details being there and doing it any other way. Those tiny little lines would be unachievable any other way. Look at that. Focus. I have a pretty strong light here, so it's pretty. Maybe let's do a little bit of shadow. Look at all those details that popped up. Look at that. That's really nice. I don't like the eyes, since we have to fix the black on the gun. Let's get back to the black for a moment and fix the eyes as well. Let's see if I can do this. Nope, I can't. Damn it. The more I try to fix it, the worse it gets. Let's try that again. That looks a little better. Okay. So let's do the black. No, come on. Okay. Maybe a little more here. While we are at it. That looks a lot better. Let me just confirm that the utility belt isn't supposed to be black or gray. No, it's all white. Okay. So now let's get silver. I have Runefang or Ranefang steel from Citadel. And let's try to do a kind of edge lining and dry brushing of the edges on the gun. Just a little tiny bit. Make it stand out from the black glove. Too much. That looks pretty nice. I wonder if I want to do the highlights on the black glove, but the fingers are so tiny that I don't think I will have to. I think it looks good enough as is. Damn, those eyes still bother me. I think I I will go back again to fix them. Okay, so we are done with silver. Let's put that aside. Yeah, I want to do the eyes again. Let's try another brush. This one have a pretty lousy tip. Maybe this one. Okay, that's nice. Okay, let's just touch up a bit of the white. And I hope we can move on from the eyes finally. Side to side is good enough, but the top bothers me still a little. Let's see. Yeah. I think it's finally good enough. Okay, now I would do the blue markings, but, well, actually, I have this shade. I thought I will be mixing a little lighter shade, but now that I look at it, I think I can use it as is. It's Vallejo Blue, just blue, Azul Intenso. And because I thought I will be mixing a different shade, I thought I would have all the clones done to the stage and then do the markings, but since I have a repeatable shade that I will not have to mix every time, I think I can do the markings now. I think I want to hold on with the cloak to the very end. So yeah, I think the markings have their time now. So we'll actually have to use the wet palette. Let's put a little bit of blue here. Let's open our chart with the markings. And this clone that we are making have most of his armor covered by the cloak either way. So we don't have much to cover here, but I want to establish one pattern that I will be repeating for each clone, and other ones have the armor a little bit more, what do you call it? Not revealed. Well, yeah, actually. I don't want to go too far with something like here. I don't want to get too crazy, but I'm looking on which parts of the armor is covered. I want to paint the commander with a little bit more color, like the Captain Rex on the left here. So let's see. Maybe I think I will do classic classic chest that can be seen in the Revenge of the Sith movie, the same way the Apo guy have. I think I will cover the shoulders the way Denal has covered. I will be putting some color on the arms, not sure how much and where yet, and I want to also cover the kneecaps. Maybe shins too. I won't be cover shins, so maybe just kneecaps the way Kano has. So let's actually start from the bottom. I don't like the drop of blue I put on the palette. I pre-mixed the paint, but it looks a little thin. Maybe this will be better. Okay. Good brush. Okay, this one. And let's do the knees. Okay, that came out really nice. I don't want to do the back of the knee. I want to leave the strap white, and the shade actually matches pretty well. Actually happy with it. Let's do the other knee. Okay, let's leave it like that. Let's not overdo it. Okay. Do I want to put some blue on the thighs? Let me look at the chart again. We could put some on the boots actually, and maybe not. Yeah, let's leave it like the Kano has. Let's leave the legs like that. Okay, so now for the hands, I want to do the hands all blue, like Captain X. I want to leave it for the commander, my nameless commander, but I want to put some of the blue on the arms. Maybe a thin line, maybe some lines across. Maybe let's do it like Denal, but not cover it fully or almost fully like it is here, but let's put some smaller amount. Or actually let's cover the forearms blue, but let's leave the palm cover white, and the commander will have all entire armor painted blue. Okay. The blue markings work really well with the white armor. It's a great design for it. Really like it. Okay. Let's put a little on the top. Just like that. Okay, that looks really nice. How do we want to fill? Okay, so let's leave the elbow white also, and the commander will have blue elbow. Okay. Like that. That looks pretty nice. I'm really tempted to put some blue on the boots. On the boot straps, for example. I think it will be a nice thin line. Yeah, let's do this. I think I've put too much water on my wet palette because all of the paint soaked into it. Oh, I didn't put... I'm so dumb. You are supposed to put sheet of baking paper on the wet towel, and I forgot. I'm so stupid. Damn it. Okay, this one is done. I still haven't decided what to do for the bases. I won't be doing the bases today either way, but I want them to go nicely with the paint job. And I want to make it also pretty alien, since when I was doing the painting and collecting of the Lord of the Rings, we are pretty limited there to earthly realistic bases, so I want to make up for it for this time and do something pretty wacky here. So I want it to be a lot of interesting color on the base, but I haven't decided yet what colors to choose. Okay, we are past 1 hour, and the counter, the limit on my YouTube page increased to 2 hours. So it actually looks like we are fine here, so we don't have to worry about it anymore. Let's look at the helmets. Again, I don't want to go too crazy. Like this Kano guy, it's too much in my opinion. I want to leave the fin blue for the commander, so I want to have these regular troops to have white fin. So I think I will do 2 fin stripes next to the fin, and I want to put some blue on the face as well. Maybe let's do it the Apo is painted, but without the arrow. So this sort of triangle on the top. Okay. Like that. Okay. It's going well so far. Let's not mess it up. Actually, I forgot that we have ability to cover up the white. So if this goes really wrong, we can still fix it. But I want to avoid that. I want to try and make it in just one go. It's going pretty well so far. That actually went pretty nice. Let's stop there. Let's not overdo it. It went surprisingly well. So let's take that win. Let's cash out and go home. Okay, I'm really bothered by the back of the helmet. I can't shake the feeling that there is supposed to be some black or gray line somewhere on the helmet that we skipped. Oh yeah, the headband, but it's only on the front. Let's see. Phase 1 clone helmet. Oh, so the line sometimes is there, sometimes isn't, but mostly is. So it looks like it's supposed to be there. Oh, there's a lot of gray on the back of the helmet. Actually. Okay, so let me pull two new references. This one and this one. Here you can see the headband, the black headband, and also the black chin, which we can skip since we put blue paint there anyway. But I want to do the black headband. And here you can see there isn't a black headband, but there is some gray on the back of the helmet. I think we can get away with skipping the gray, or maybe not. It goes down here. Yeah, let's do the gray and do the black. Okay, let's do this right. So first maybe let's do the black. I thought it looked too clean. Okay. It blends a little with the eyes, but it goes past the eyes, so it actually makes a big difference. Okay, so here we have the gray. And I think I want to try to put a little white line between the headband and the eyes. So I just want to mess up the eyes again, is what I meant to say, actually. Let's leave it. The lie I want to do is really tiny. I don't think I will be able to do it right. So let's not destroy it completely. In the scale, I think it looks good enough. Yeah, let's leave it. So we are done with the blue. Let me look at it one more time. What happened here? on the elbow. The black is kind of spotty, not sure why. Let's say do that real quick. And that's much better. Yeah, so I think the last step is the cloak. The painting actually takes a lot more time than I remembered, so we definitely won't be able to do the whole squad. We have 1.5 hours now, so I think we'll do one more miniature. I don't think we'll be able to do Ahsoka in the same amount of time, so I think we'll do another clone, maybe commander or a comms officer to spice it up a little. And I think this will be all for today, to not make this stream too long. So yeah, I think that's a good plan. For the cloak, I want to do 2 colors. I want to do darker base color and do some highlights with a lighter one. Those are both from Humble. This one is number 10 and this one is 186. So let's start with a darker one. Come on. There we go. I considered different colors for the cloak. For example, like gray or color of the markings, when I haven't decided what color I want to do for the markings yet. But I decided that since it isn't really official wear and it looks like they are just something they put on that they have laying around, that I decided to do this kind of raggy appearance, and I decided that brown will work well for that. The shade of brown is actually a little too dark and wouldn't work well on its own. It doesn't complement the white armor and the bright blue markings well. But with the highlights of the lighter color, it will come along nicely in the end. This lighter shade will make it work nicely. I really hate this particular paint because it's glossy, which normally doesn't really matter to me because I cover it with either matte lacquer or some other shades, and it's never actually the top coat, so it doesn't mess with the miniature too much. But because it's glossy, I never know if it dried already, and I'm always really afraid to touch it because while it dries pretty quickly, like other acrylics, it stays this glossy for the entire time, so you can't actually see if it's still wet or not. And at this point, touching accidentally the wet paint and smearing it all over the miniature would be catastrophic, so I'm being really careful here. Okay, just a little tiny bit more. The base coat is pretty annoying because when you do the highlights, if you even see a surface but it's hard to reach, you can just leave it unhighlighted and it looks believable. But with the base color you can't skip a region like that, and when it's very hard to reach but still visible, you actually have to cover it. That's what I'm fighting right now, actually. Okay, let's go around, see if I missed somewhere. Oh, pretty big gap here. Did we get it all? Are there no gaps left? Yeah. Okay, now we can move to the lighter brown. That's what I was telling you about. You can see that the entire brown color still looks like it's very, very wet. And I have no idea if I can touch it or not. Well, actually, it's the same problem with other glossy colors. Doesn't matter what color and what application. I have the same problem with the glossy spray paints too. So it's actually pretty common. I forgot I wanted to put some colors on the buttons he has on the forearm. So to make sure that the brown actually dried up properly, let's do few little tiny spots of color on the arm. This is olive green from Vallejo. I also have red from Vallejo, and yellow might be too much. Blue, let's keep blue. So let's just do few red dots and few blue dots. I think it will be nice. Okay. Now the green. It looks really nice. Now we can move to the highlights on the cloak. Let's see. There are some edges that stick out, but the entire cloak is pretty flat. The eye brushing won't be really looking good here, so I think we have to kind of guess where the raised edges are, raised regions. And definitely we have one here. Why is it so watered down? We have one here. There's some here. actually kind of like how it's turning out. I was skeptical at first, but I think it might actually look pretty well when I'm done. The raised edges are really subtle. It's hard to make them out. I wonder if the Nyverdale Tabletop used a different program for the cloak, because the armor looks pretty crisp and have a lot of detail, and the cloak actually looks like it's put on putty, kind of this blob. It almost looks like it was made either by a different person, maybe in a different program. You want the points of the deck agents to be very sharp, not rectangular. I think we can stop there. Pretty happy with the cloak. I think I was able to add a little more detail to it by painting it this way. I had a lot of more control of the process than if I would just dry brush it or edge highlight it. The cloak was very flat, and there weren't really the details to pick up like with the armor, so I had to kind of add the details myself, and I think it came out pretty nice. Let me check for how long the stream has been going. 2 hours. I don't think we'll be able to do another one in an hour, and I really don't want to make the stream longer than 3 hours. The next one would be quicker than this one, because we have the process figured out now, and the colors picked out as well. But I think it would take a long time regardless. And I'm not sure it's really worth it, since they are clones, so we would be making the next mini the exactly same way as this one. So I think we'll stop here. I'll probably do the rest of the clones by myself, and I might do another stream where I paint the Ahsoka or maybe a commander with a little different painting scheme. So I think I might do another stream about those minis. Not really sure yet. We'll actually see. Oh. I splashed some water there. So yeah, I think the end result is really nice. I'm really happy with how it turned out. Really proud of myself. I really wasn't sure if I will be able to paint it any good after all this time, but I'm glad to say that I think it's a respectable job I done here. It's far from being a good paint job or any to win any sort of contest, but I think it looks pretty nicely, especially at the scale. You have to remember that I put it close to the camera, so it seems a lot bigger than it actually is, and it's actually a pretty small figure. So I'm really happy with how it turned out. I can't wait to paint the entire squad, see how they all look together with the leaders, with Ahsoka and with the commander, and I can't wait to make the bases. I definitely will be posting pictures of the finished squad on my Instagram and my Facebook. So if you want to check out how they will turn out in the end, you can check them there. Once again, big thanks to the Nyverdale Tabletop for designing, modeling and sharing those awesome figures. I think they are really beautiful, really high quality, and I really like them. So once again, big thanks to them. Links to their social media and their Patreon is in the description. So definitely go check them out. And I definitely will be making more miniatures for Star Wars Legion, both for my next project, which is the Z95 Headhunter, and also from other periods like the Clone Wars. I would love to make a small droid army for the close to fight. I would love to do Imperial squad for the Z95. I would love to do some Jedi from the New Order, like Luke Skywalker or Kyle Katarn. So definitely I will be doing a lot more work in this what do you call it? Well, let's say in this direction. So if you like Star Wars, you can check out my social media, where I will be posting more of this sort of stuff. And I think that's it for today. So thank you for watching. Thank you for spending your time with me, and I will see you next time with the next project. Bye.